Did you know that the past two elections saw record turnout numbers for young college age voters? And it's safe to assume that those numbers will only be going up come November. But what are colleges doing about this? With students being on their own for the first time and plenty of other things on their plates, how do they still make sure that voting doesn't fall by the wayside? Well, for Shippensburg at least, there's Ship Votes.
The premise of Ship Votes, we are a nonpartisan coalition comprised of students, faculty, and staff. And really the premise is to promote civic engagement and educate the campus community about the importance of voting and having your voice heard.
Ship Votes was founded in 2008 and since then has offered students an opportunity to be active in their civic duty.
Yeah, and just to underscore that, people often think about this is an election year. There is not like all years are election years. It's like every 6 months in Pennsylvania, it should vote all game when it's the local elections, as people like Dr. Riz. But really, just don't think about these things. Turnout rates are very, very low. But it's that's even more incumbent upon us to educate people about what are these positions, and what do they do, who's up for election. We try to engage with local people who are running for office to offer potential services to them, so they can outreach to constituents. We do it across the board. That's been one thing that we've tried to do in the past, just to get people to understand the stakes, to understand what's going on, and just really to be involved in any way at all whatsoever. We have a democracy, but democracy lives and dies based on our participation and our involvement. So it's our job to get our students to understand that.
But it's not just the race for the White House. It's the elections here at home that are just as important to Ship Votes as the ones nationwide.
Though the voting rates have ticked up for young people, voting rates for young people are still much, much lower than for other age groups. And that is an important part of why we're doing this sort of thing, is to make sure that young people know that really they constitute a large share of the population, but their voices are only heard if they actually do turn out.
2024 may not be a popular election, but like every other election, it's an important one, and Ship Votes is making sure students in the fall are doing their part in picking the president.
Given the political climate right now, going into the fall, I suspect that we will see more of an increase, and people wanting to see differences. Last fall, we actually offered transportation to the voting place here. We'll be doing that at Yannick through leveraging the van. So we will do anything that we can do to really educate people about the importance. Your national election, I just talked about local elections, but your national election impacts us as a whole. So it's not just your national elections, but also your local elections that are important.
But that's going to do it for this week's lesson of Election Ed. Come back next time so you can be the most informed voter come November.